everyone. I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha, and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you're listening, subscribing, and commenting. I really appreciate the support. In this one, I wanted to speak to you guys about a question a viewer asked. She asked 3 questions, so I'm going to do, all of those were really good questions. I'm going to do those videos one by one over the next few days. But one of the questions she asked is, how do you deepen a relationship with a friend? She's finding it a little bit difficult to trust people around her or trust people in general. And then if she does form a friendship with someone, she finds it hard to trust them enough to go deeper into it. So she thinks that she usually remains at a very superficial level in all of her relationships. Brilliant question. Really, really good. And I was so excited that I got these questions because I'm excited to do this video because I've had this specific problem. I still have it sometimes in my own life. And I have a few friends, actually, surprisingly a lot compared to what I would imagine. I have a lot of friends, I would say 5 or 6 friends that I really do trust, that I share a lot with. And my sister is one of them, actually. And I am able to trust them enough that I'm able to share things with them that I wouldn't normally share with, obviously, strangers or acquaintances, random people off the street, things like that. So I do feel that there's a level of trust that I have established with them and a level of friendship that I've established with them that I can, open myself up a little bit more to them. One of the things I want to warn you about is that you need to befriend yourself before you friend anyone else. You need to be friendly to yourself before you think that, okay, I'm going to deepen my relationship or my friendship with anyone else. Do you really trust yourself? Like, that's the first question that I would ask all of you INFJs, all of you people, to ask yourself is, do I trust myself? Am I friends with myself? Can I just be by myself in a room by myself forever and ever and ever? Am I friendly enough to myself? Am I nice to myself? Am I kind to myself? Can I trust myself, right? And a lot of times in the past, the answer for me was an absolute no. I don't trust myself. I didn't even trust my own self. How could I trust someone else? I wasn't even friendly to myself. How could I be friendly with someone else? I wasn't even kind to myself. How could I be kind to someone else? So all of that stuff. It always begins with us. And it's very easy for INFJs sometimes to forget that and to be like, all right, yeah, I'm going to be nice to everyone else, but oh my God, I suck. I'm hateful. I'm disgusting. I'm gross. No one should be allowed to be around me. If you have those thoughts about yourself, how can you imagine someone else not having, or having positive thoughts about you, right? If you yourself are having negative thoughts about yourself, then going into any situation, neither will you be able to trust yourself in the situation, nor will the other person be able to trust you enough to get deeper into the relationship, right? So that's the first question I would ask you. And it's a very abstract thing, and you're probably like, oh my goodness, I asked her a question and she's going into the spiritual aspect of things or into the woo-woo aspect of things. Reality is that it actually begins with you. If you can actually be trustworthy to yourself and you can love yourself and you can actually be friendly to yourself, I mean, are you friends with yourself, really? Like, a lot of us are not. That's a problem. A lot of us hate ourselves, and we can't stand to be around ourselves, and we despise ourselves, and we think we're the worst people on the planet. And so, okay, cool. Well, how are you going to make friends with that attitude towards yourself? Why would anyone want to be around you when you have such a negative opinion of yourself, right? Because even if you think that, oh, I'm the most positive person on this planet, that negativity that you have towards yourself will come across to that person. It is very apparent, even if you yourself are completely oblivious to it. Okay, because I'm speaking from experience myself, because I was like, no, I'm very positive, and then people would be like, no, you're not. You are always really cruel to yourself, or you're always saying negative things about yourself. I'm like, what? I never noticed that. So that's the first thing, as I said. The second thing I would say is that the only reason I have these friends right now that I can trust and I can be whole with, that I can be complete around, that I can actually open myself up to, is because I took that first step. A lot of times, a lot of INFJs will message me saying, this person doesn't like me, but I want them to like me, or I want to be friends with this person, but I don't know what to do. We always wait for the other side to make the first move. I've done many videos on this, when I say, you need to learn how to make the first move, or wait for the other person to make the first move, but that person might take forever and ever, and they might never make the first move, right? So are you going to live a life without these kind of deep friendships? Are you going to live a life where no one trusts you and you can't trust anyone? Or are you going to take that first step towards that person? There's this thing that I read recently that I really liked, and it's kind of related to the supreme entity or the divine being or God, if you want to call it him or it or her. But I really like this because I think it's very poignant to friendships in general or trust in general. So if you don't like God or if you don't like the term God, then just ignore the term. Just listen to the story aspect of it. Okay? And so basically what the story says is that whenever you take one step towards God, God takes 999 steps back towards you. So you take one step towards God, and God takes 999 steps towards you, and that completes the 1,000 steps that you need in order to gain whatever you're trying to gain, right? Now, I think this is very poignant in friendships as well, because a lot of us, what we imagine is that they should take 100,000 steps, and we'll never take a single step towards them. The point of all friendships, the point of everything related to trust is that you need to take that first step. In fact, it's not even just one step because God is actually much more relenting than human beings. With regards to human beings, you're going to have to take a lot more steps than one little step towards them. In fact, you're going to have to take 5 steps, 10 steps, 15, 100 steps towards them, and then perhaps they'll be like, all right, I'm going to take 1 step towards you. It is the work that we have to put in to build a friendship. Friendships are work. They are a lot of work. Any kind of relationship is a lot of work. Most people don't realize this. Most people are like, well, yeah, friendship should just run automatically. They don't run automatically. You have to actually put in a little bit of work into it. You have to ask the person constantly what they're doing, how are they doing, maintain contact with them. Some friendships, yes, they will just maintain themselves. You don't have to do anything and they'll just keep on going. But it's after a bit of work that happens. But a lot of friendships need work. People need work. They need contact. They need a little bit of assurance. They need a little bit of trust from your end before they can trust you. So you have to take that first step towards them. They're not going to do it. You're going to have to do it. I want you all to start taking a little bit more responsibility upon your own shoulders. Stop putting it off to everyone else. I know we're like, well, I'm just not good at it. So I'm like, well, then become good at it, right? I mean, like, come on. It's all about practice. And I'm saying it to myself as well, so I'm not just saying it to you guys. It's all about practice. We pretend like we're not good at it and we're never going to do it. Well, you became good at other things, right? I mean, if you learned how to play the guitar, you learned how to play the guitar. You weren't good at it from the get-go. Same thing with these videos. I wasn't good at them from the get-go. I learned how to be good at it. If I can learn how to be good at these videos, I can definitely learn how to be good at friendships. And the first step in a friendship, as I said, again, is to learn about yourself and love yourself, because you need to be friendly to yourself. You learn from that. And then to take that step, the tentative step, take steps towards your friends. So invite them out to things or talk to them, or right now, obviously, do Skype calls with them or FaceTime them, message them, ask them how they're doing, be there for them, and take those tentative few steps towards them. Once they start seeing that you're doing that, once you start building that momentum of trust, eventually you're not going to have to work as hard at it. But in the beginning, it is about putting in a little bit of work. Relationships, friendships require that work. If you are in a relationship with a partner, if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you don't imagine that the relationship is just going to run automatically until the eternity of time, right? You imagine that you're going to have to put in work into your relationship. The same thing applies to friendships as well. Friendships need work as well. You need to put in time, effort, energy, momentum, all of that stuff into it in order for it to be to become deeper, to become stronger, to become long-lasting. Eventually, as I said, you can put less and less work into it and it still remains strong because the foundation is very strong. But in general, I imagine that I'm going to put in work with these 4 or 5 people that I'm friendly with for the rest of my life because I love them and I want them in my life, and I'm going to keep on messaging them and asking them questions, putting myself out there, sharing things about myself, making myself be vulnerable first so that they can be vulnerable in front of me. Like Brené Brown always says, you have to be vulnerable first, and that gives permission to the people around you to be vulnerable as well. You can't just always expect other people to take the first step or make the first move. I know we do that, and I know that in the past I've done videos where I've told other people to make the first move. But if you are wanting your relationship, especially your friendships, to get stronger, you're going to have to start taking the first step, and you're going to have to start becoming vulnerable first. Start sharing things about yourself with this person. Trust them first. Of course, if they do something to break that trust, break off the friendship. But in the first place, if you're thinking about deepening their friendship with you, then take that first step. Be vulnerable with them, share something about yourself with them, and then see how they behave, see how they react. And then move a little bit forward, a little bit more, share a little bit more about yourself. And then let them share a little bit about themselves. And little by little, brick by brick, the trust is built, and therefore the friendship is built, and the relationship becomes more and more long lasting. So those are some of the things I would say about this. Again, as I said, put the responsibility back upon your shoulders. They are strong enough to take it. You can do it. I know I did, so I know you can as well. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions about any specific part of this answer or anything that didn't make sense, comment below and I shall do a follow-up video. Again, thank you for asking the question, whoever it was. I didn't want to name names anymore because I'm afraid that people are like, no, don't use my name. So I'm like, all right, no names. So again, thank you for asking the question, and I shall see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.